Hey everyone, welcome to Solid Black, where we talk tattoos, break down the industry, and share what it's like navigating the tattoo world as Black women. Let's get into it. Welcome to our first episode. My name is Ari IG at Soft Tone Tattoo. I'm a tattoo artist of 5 years, located in Dallas, Texas, and I'm here with
Kalyea. I'm also a tattoo artist located in Dallas, Texas. My ad is Baava Inc., and I've been tattooing for 4 years.
There's something we need to discuss, people. Happy Black History Month, #1. Power to the people. All right. Now, this has been on my mind heavy, and I've been really looking for the right way to address this. And why not on the first episode of Solid Black? So, tattoo artists who don't tattoo Black people are actively participating in racism. Why would you say that? Let's get into it. This has been on my mind heavy. What do you think? I really feel like something about just not tattooing people of color when you have opportunities to tattoo people of color, very important, when you have opportunities, is a form of perpetuating prejudice and racism.
I just feel strongly that you do have opportunities, artists do have opportunities to cater to our community, and whether it's, if you're scared, you don't have to do a large piece that's full of color. At least do a tiny tattoo and do your due diligence to see how that tattoo heals on the client. You know, be still very transparent on whether or not, you know, with the client, if this is going to heal the way that you want it to, you know, but you can learn. There's ways that you can learn. You're choosing not to learn. And I feel strongly too, on top of artists that don't learn about color theory. You're not really artists. You're just tattoos. Like, I don't think you should put tattoo artists at the end of tattoos.
No, there. I feel like you said something like really important, like the choice not to learn. Because I feel like there's a lot of people who are willing to sign up to be a test dummy, I guess, which has been, I guess, you know, Black people's downfall in history. But there are a lot of people who are willing to sign up even if you don't have that experience, because they do like your work so much, or they want your style, or they're looking for someone who does your style. But a lot of artists I've run into always say like, well, it doesn't look that good on dark skin, or my style doesn't look this good on dark skin. And it's like, make it look good on dark skin. Like, you're literally an artist. Like, your job is to make it look good. But I think also to actively not want to tattoo like darker skinned people or Black people or whatever. It just says a lot about you. And for me personally, I don't respect a tattoo artist who only tattoos fair skin, because yeah, it's easy to bust out like a realism piece on someone white. Like, everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
'Cause it's like coloring on a piece of white paper. Like, it's very easy to create anything. But can you still give me that same definition and look on dark skin? And like, there are some artists who specialize in, I think, take over the industry when it comes to tattooing darker skin, specifically, who are not Black or who don't have any Black skin, but they have taken the time out to learn that. And I think also it creates like a niche situation where you have these artists who can tattoo dark skin capitalizing on that market, because it's so many people who refuse to do so. But I know y'all are gonna be mad. I know you're gonna be salty, because you're gonna be like, how can you say that? How can you say that we're actively participating in racism? But my thing is, it's a difference between not having access to Black clients, right? You're not in an area, you're not in a space, you've marketed and nobody is biting, they don't want your work. That's a different situation than just actively telling people no. Like, when I was in LA, there were so many people who were like telling me like they went to artists and the artists just ignored them or told them they don't tattoo dark skin. And like, that's such a real thing. Like, have you heard of that?
Yeah, that's what I was finna say too real quick, was that basically I don't want to hear the excuse of, oh, I don't want to fuck up, or because when we pursue anything in life, and you put me on to a good self-help book, but I've read a lot, and the #1 goal is you have to fail in order to succeed. And that's why I'm saying you don't have to do a huge piece. Like, please don't do that if you're not confident, you have not studied dark color on dark skin or color theory. again, it's like you said, some people will be cool with a little free tiny tattoo. Make sure it's in your budget if you can. Don't say that's not the clientele for you or that's not your target audience. Regardless, even if a person comes to you and you can't do it, at least point them in the right direction. Be knowledgeable to tell them, what colors might work on darker skin tones and what you should stay away from daintier fine line tattoos when it comes to certain colors and get thicker, bolder lines. You know what I mean? Educate your client. Don't stop right there and say no and, like you said, ghost them. Do your due diligence. That's why I feel like tattoo artists are just here for money. At that point, you don't want to actually educate the community. Tattoos are fun. I know it's a luxury service and it's not a necessity, but a lot of people come into this and really want to do this and don't know nothing about it, and they want to ask us, but we already got that demeanor and badass look, and they don't want to cuss us. And I'm like, bro, I promise I'm sweet. Ask me any question you want to ask me. I'm not gonna bite you and punch you in your face. And all I can do is extend that welcome of, ask me anything, any question, regardless if you don't come to me, ask me. I don't want you to go to an artist that will just take your money and be like, yeah, I can do it, and they fuck you up. Our due diligence as tattoo artists.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
I also will add, there has been, tattooing has really come around, definitely modernized itself and become a popular thing to do and engage in. I think more so in the last 10, 20 years, more so in these 10 years than the 20, but it became popular early 2000s, heavily, and more socially normal, I would say. But I also noticed with that, a lot of the people, as we know, tattooing is white male dominated, hence why we're here, you know what I'm saying, breaking history. But you have Ink Master and you have these big media platforms for tattooing now that people engage in, not only artists, but clients and people who are just interested in body art and body modification. But they're getting this rhetoric that tattooing dark skin is hard. Tattooing dark skin is impossible. And especially on Ink Master, you'll get somebody who's fair. I'm talking light skin, and they're like, oh my god, it's so dark. What am I gonna do with this darkie? Oh, that is so real. You know what I'm talking about? They be taking it. They be like, oh my god, my tattoo is ruined. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna tattoo this person?
There's just limitations to it. It's not, you just can't get it. It's not just these limitations.
I don't know though, because I am reluctant to even use the word limitation, because I feel like it's not really limitations to tattooing us. It's just you have to approach it differently. And I will say, me primarily tattooing Black people, when I do tattoo someone fair skinned, I'm actually kind of nerve wracked. So I can't say that I don't understand the attitude when that is what you're accustomed to. Because once again, when you're tattooing somebody, white, you pull out a whole color palette, you pull out all the black and grays and 15 grays in between your black and your white. And it's I can really bring something together. But for me, I'm this is too much thinking. I have 50 colors. I have 15 black and gray shades. My Lord, I don't know what to do. And when you're doing black and gray on darker skin or chocolate people, I love the word chocolate people, but when you're doing melanated skin, tattooing melanated skin, all you need is skin breaks in high contrast, which makes, for me, easier. So you're just blending your dark out into a nice medium, and then you're using those highest highlight points as their skin, which to me makes a lot more sense, because at most, I think I'm using 3 shades.
Yeah, a black, dark,
black.
Dark, black.
Maybe,
Medium.
In a medium, that's it. And
no light shade. Nothing.
Yeah.
That's as far as it goes.
And I'm how is this difficult? Because it's just your basics. I think when it comes to tattooing dark skin people, it's your basics. And even with line work, I think our skin is so beautiful because you can do a thick line work, and depending on how you do it, it still looks very dainty. And I think that's something that you don't get the opportunity to do with fair skinned people. And so there's differences. I don't think it's limiting, but I think it's you have to understand your medium. It's you're using a canvas that's really old and has 13 paintings under it, and you're using a canvas that is brand new. There's different ways you have to approach that because there's texture on one, there's not on the other. And that's not in any way saying that's how skin is, but it's just a concept of understanding like you can't do everything the same way. But I will take that as far as like with anybody, whether you're black or white. Like you have dry skin, moisturized skin, aged skin, young skin, freaking scaly skin. Like there's just all types of skin, and that's really what it comes down to. It's not really
Well, the only reason I just said sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
The only reason why I just said limitations was because I'm coming from where a shop we did tiny $20-$30 tiny tattoos, and a lot of the girlies, they love the dainty fine line stuff, and I had a lot of clients that were coming in that were darker skin tone and they wanted dainty stuff but colored. And it's like our melanin, I heard from another artist, melanin is a powerful substance. It's powerful, and when an unknown substance comes into our body, which is ink, is going to devour it and fight it, and you'll see what the final product kind of looks in about a month. It's really not even the final product because it's going to get bigger or disappear over time. But for instance, purple fine line tattoo, if they wanted it somewhere on their side or something, or girl, I remember I did this yellow tattoo, fine line tattoo. It was like SpongeBob house on this girl's leg. She came back a month later. I can't see it. I bet you can. It's gone. I told you no. So it just lets me know for you, like, we just can't do fine line yellow. That's what I mean by limited.
No, of course. And I totally get, I totally get what you said, like what you mean by that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with you particularly using that word in the
I just don't want the
I don't want to create like more
she said it's a limitation.
They run with that because they're like, oh well, she said this. And I think what's really important, last year I collabed with Deanna Art, and she does a lot of painterly tattoos, a lot of Baroque style pieces, and she came to me, like, mind you, Deanna is one of the best in the world. I would easily say. I don't feel any type of way saying that. I think that is correct information. And she came to me saying, hey, I would really like to practice my style on darker skin. I've never been able to really get those opportunities. I've done one other tattoo on dark skin. If you're willing, I would love the opportunity to practice. I said, girl, what the hell? Like, you're a killer. And I think that's one thing, like you said, understanding color theory and understanding tattoo technique and application is very important. And for me, if an artist is approaching me, and artists, this is for you too, if an artist is approaching me and they're saying, I've never tattooed dark skin, but you can tell that they know exactly what they're talking about. They know their technique. They know how to lay down a tattoo. They have nice heels, and you truly see that they understand tattooing and not just like how to make a nice tattoo, which are two different things. Then I would feel comfortable being like the experiment for them, because my tattoo with Deanna turned out really well. I think there are always places to grow and like maneuver. And I'm a chocolate girl, so my tattoo is like pretty chocolate. But I think overall it was beautiful for her to be like, hey, can I try this on you? And like, I think a lot of people at her like success rate are like not humble. They don't have any humility. They're like,
take on hot shit. Yeah, like they're like, stick to what I
got mad clientele, da da da.
It gets me paid.
Yeah, like whatever. I don't need to expand or be inclusive or be worried about this. But she really went out her way to not only like tattoo me and learn from that, but now to educate people on tattooing. And most of her fan base, artist wise, are white. And so I think like that is really important. And I really appreciate like the work that she does in terms of being inclusive, because I think a lot of people, especially like non-black people, try and push this inclusivity bullshit ass rhetoric and don't do anything about it
for their brand.
Yeah, like
for the cause. Yeah. I'm like, I only see pale people.
Okay. You got one light girl, one this girl on there. Yeah. Please, is she only dark because she was in the sun? But I think like It's so important. Like,
And I think it's saying, like you said, you're appreciative. As a client perspective, you're appreciative for being upfront. So tattooers don't ever, you're not, whatever the excuse, oh, I'm scared, my client's not going to be scared. No clients are not going to, there are clients that want to be the stepping stone.
Yes.
When I'm in my studios, they're diehard clients of the studio, but they know, because I work there, they're like, I don't care. Do whatever you want on me. So I've done like a couple of tattoos on people where they just want to be a stepping stone. I want to know they're a part of some bigger part of some monumental to somebody else, you know? So don't say none of that. You know, they're extremely appreciative of the transparency, and you always trying. Sometimes you can always break a deal with a client and be like, okay, if this doesn't end up right, you can always do a cover, you know, honestly. That's why I'm saying do something small. Big thing, do something small, you know.
I think that's so real. I actually, like, because I feel like even for me as a Black tattoo artist, I still every day learn new things about tattooing darker skin. Period.
There's people who are 10 years in that's still learning something new.
You have to, and you have to keep evolving in this industry, especially with the new techniques and things. Because I don't think there's anything that you shouldn't be able to get just because you have darker skin. I think it's just a different way to approach it. Because I have one client, I did a black and gray like snake and a rose on him, and he was chocolate, baby, and I did not know. And it was an okay piece for the time, and then it healed, and it's like you can't even see it because it was too small. Like, and that's the thing, like, if you're gonna do darker tattoos, darker people and tattoos on darker people, you need to make it bigger, expand those details. You don't have to change the design, expand the design though, make it larger. And it was compressed. It was a lot of detail for such a small space, and I put way too much shading in it. And I can sit here today and say, hey, I fucked up. And I told him, like, actually, we're fixing that tomorrow. I was like, look, I'm going to do a blast over of, like, a heavily detailed large snake. And, like, you'll still get, like, the shading of the piece that's underneath. But we're going to leave that open and let that breathe. Because he is so melanated. And I call my people, like, undercover melanated. Because they be looking normal until you get them under that tattoo needle. And it's like, you are chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Like, this black and your skin are not too far apart, but it's just knowing how to adjust for that. But like even me, I have to admit, okay, I messed up. And like, I think if you have a really good like honesty policy with your clientele and like with the people that you're working with, there's no reason they're gonna like be like no. Because I feel like tattoo artists also forget like we're cool. Like people look at us like we're kind of like demigods. I don't have a better word. Like they look at us like, oh, like you're badass. Even if you're a smaller tattoo artist, even if you're to like 1,000 followers, you have a skill that is niche. It's cool. It's like really popular right now. We're also in the art renaissance, so yeah, everybody's gonna freaking love you. And I feel like it's very important to know like, I don't know. We make mistakes too. Yeah, we do. But like
tattoo artists, we need to embrace our mistakes as well to move forward.
Absolutely. And then people are willing to let you make mistakes on them because they think you're cool and they support your brand and they support what you're doing and what you go for. So yeah, and I'm gonna wrap that up with, I do genuinely believe that tattoo artists who don't tattoo Black people are participating in racism.
No more.
Well, there's no excuses. Yeah. I feel like, honestly, like if somebody at, once again, Deanna's level can sit here and say, I don't have enough Black people in my portfolio. I don't have enough experience. I want to get that experience. She was also on Ink Master like 1,000,000 times. And she understands the rhetoric too, because me and her have had discussions about that. Then anybody can do it. And I don't think I have a lot of patience to hear like, oh, I can't. No, you can. If she can, you can. Yeah.
And I'm going to yell it again. I'm probably going to sound redundant.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to do it. She can still do what she's doing and still get paid for the rest of her life. But she chose to come to you.
Yes. And she also, literally, and I think that's so dope. And she had like just reopened her books, I think at the end of the year. And she said like this year, she really prioritized getting more darker skinned clients in the, like the people who wanted to book. She focused on getting them into her books more than like fair skinned clients. Like obviously she switched like the type of projects she's doing a little bit like larger pieces, but she also made it a point to get like more dark skinned clientele into that. And I think that's really dope, like making it, and that's why I struggle because I'm like, do I applaud you for doing that? But then I'm like, because it's like, you know, bare minimum,
Yeah.
I think. But also, it's so many people not even willing to take that step. So then I'm like, I do applaud you for that because you're willing to make your whole industry uncomfortable to make a set of people feel seen. And I think that's badass. Like, you just got to respect that. I think, like, yeah. Okay. But did you see that man talk about you need polarizing glasses to tattoo a black person?
Now, the polarizing glasses, the polarizing in general, I mostly just use that for when I take pictures and it makes the tattoo pop a little bit so you can see it because the glare, it's just the glare, that's all. I hate the shine, pisses me off. So you can see the tattoo better now.
Right.
You can see the tattoo when you're tattooing.
Right.
It's not that serious. It's really not that serious.
Yeah, no, there was an Instagram video going around. I'm not going to bring him up because I don't know that man. But he was saying, oh, my friend Ricky, for the sake of the story, my friend Ricky is coming in to get tattooed today. And every time I tattoo someone with darker skin, I use my polarizing glasses. You're doing a lot. You don't need, like, baby, you don't need to, you just need to adjust your lighting in your eyeballs. You don't need a special polarizing glass. Like what she said, like, I only use a polarizing lens when I'm taking pictures because the shine really be on everybody, fair to dark skin.
Yeah, regardless.
I don't really like it. And honestly, most of your favorite tattoo artists are using a polarizing lens.
Bro, I showed my boyfriend the polarizing lenses and he was like, that's a scam. Like,
And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it do be. Like, have you seen like tattoos that are not polarized versus the polarized tattoo?
Yeah.
That polarized tattoo look like $3,500 worth, and the non-polarized tattoo is like, oh, $300. It's nice, $300.
I wish I remember the tattoo artist's name on Instagram, but I appreciate her for like putting a picture of the tattoo with that polarized.
Is it Adriana?
Maybe. She has short hair.
She in like New York?
Yeah.
Yeah. Adriana, I'm a fan. I will say, I think we're mutuals on Instagram, but she tends to show you the real deal. I think she was the first in the industry to start doing that, like showing the polarized picture and then the non-polarized. And she's one of the artists I was mentioning that tattoos primarily dark-skinned people, even though she's not black. And she has specialized in putting like full color, like realism pieces on dark-skinned people, and they look good. She's very good at what she does. But she also makes it a point to show you like, this is polarized, this is like enhanced, and this is like my actual tattoo in regular light. And it looks the same. I mean, the work is quality across the board.
There was one, it was like one of a wing on this man's arm, and he was extremely dark. And when it was on the polarized lens, you could see it. It was popping, the contrast, all you can see it. It looks fresh. Like that fresh look that clients really want all the time.
Yeah.
Gonna look that fresh your whole entire life. Literally. But then it did show the realistic of it of when she took it without the lens, and it looked it didn't look as fresh, and it was, again, he was extremely like, he was a lot darker.
Like chocolate.
Yeah, he's chocolate, and you couldn't barely see the tattoo from far away, but that's just the reality of it.
And I think that's real. And I think that's important. And I'm happy you said that, because I think no matter what you do, even if you blow up a tattoo and you leave a lot of open skin, some people's skin is just so rich that you will not see that tattoo. Not clearly at all. I mean, I don't think there's, that I could come back in 10 years and be like, oh, I didn't know what I was talking about. And that I'm okay with that. But like, from what I have seen countless of times, I mean, like, some people's skin is just so deep and so rich. Like, you just will not see it with, I mean, bare eyes. Like, I feel like I'm like brown skin, like right under dark skin. I really think I'm dark skin, but a brown skin. But even my tattoos at times can get really muddy. Like, it's just like, what even is that? Unless it's huge or it's like simple.
Yeah.
I think that's when you know.
Yeah, it's just what contrast is. When I describe contrast to somebody, I mean, imagine a white rug and there's a black cat. You can see it.
Yeah, easy.
Black ink. Now you got a black rug with a black cat. You can't see it too much. You can get up closer to it and you can see it. That's just the reality of it. So I appreciate her for just putting the lens in the actual picture, because clients will go on the internet and they will be like, look at this picture. This person can get it. So I can too. And it's like, well, that's a fresh healed picture. And then also it might be, again, polarized lens.
And then white highlights.
Yes. So but then I feel like when I explain it, y'all don't want to listen.
No, they don't never want to listen. The white highlights in the polarizer will make that work look amazing. Check back in 3 months. I want to see what it looks like.
See what happens when you ask that tattoo artist, can I get like raw pictures? And then be like, what do you mean by raw pictures? Wait,
Literally. Oh my God.
Who's your secret agent right now?
Next segment, current tattoo news. I don't know if y'all be on the internet, but we are on the internet religiously, and we just saw an influencer, I believe he was, passed away from Anesthesia, and he was about to get like a full back.
Yeah,
right?
too. Yeah,
it's getting a full back piece. Passed away from Anesthesia. There was a lot of tattoo artists making think pieces on this. I did not join in because I was saving it for here.
If we were there for a day, I was going to talk about it. Basically, if y'all don't understand what we're talking about, though, there is a procedure that's trending, or it's probably been happening for a while, where multiple tattoo artists will come together. And if there's one client that wants a full body piece or a back piece, they'll go under anesthesia, and more than one tattoo artist will work on them, and they'll turn like a year project or a year session into a one-day session. And to me personally, that sounds very traumatizing, like on your body and taxing. And this to me personally just shows, as human beings, we are all about instant gratification, both on the tattoo artist end and the client's end. The tattoo artist should have really done their due diligence, and because our job too is also to protect you and make sure you don't pass out, do whatever, all that stuff. We want to make sure you're safe in the process, because tattooing really is a painful process. This is something, your health is at risk at the moment, needle, blood, all that stuff. This is important. So we have to do our due diligence in telling you, hey, we don't think this procedure is something that you will want to do. Or if you do decide, I didn't read in any other articles that he did any heart test or any test with a doctor before doing it. I don't know if people do. I feel like they do. I feel like you should. Yeah, but I haven't read anything knowing the family hasn't commented it. The tattoo artist hasn't. The only thing the tattoo artist did was he went into cardiac arrest before the tattoo. And I feel like he's just saving his ass right now. So, but you never know.
I know, allegedly. I said it.
You never know.
No, I totally feel that. I mean, it's been a big trend for the last couple of years now. I think it's definitely been ramping up with the more, gloaty people get about their money and stuff. But it's unfortunate that he passed. I knew at some point we were going to have a situation like this come about, just because you have so many people trying to get that instant gratification, and the athletes and the influencers and all these people are like, oh, I don't want to feel it. I just want to, which is silly, because when you wake up, you're going to still feel it. And in my opinion, it's worse after. If you did not feel it at first.
It's the same with numbing cream.
Yeah.
I think numbing cream is, what's her name, Sierra from Love and
Yes,
Hip-Hop?
that's what
she had that numbing cream all on her leg. And she did a whole leg sleeve.
And then she's in the ER. And she's like, it worked. Barely, because now you in the ER. Like, I think people tend to forget, like, a tattoo is a procedure. You are putting your body through a lot of trauma. It's like maybe getting a limb cut off. Like, it's that serious sometimes when you're getting these big tattoos and doing these things to your body. And that's why you always have to have your mind right. Make sure you're eating, make sure you're sleeping, make sure you're in a good place, because you're going to send your body into shock naturally. Like, that kind of is just what happens, because you're creating pain, and your body's first reaction to pain is like, let me stop this, let me get away from this. And then once it can't, it's trying to keep you in a place of protection. So it's trying to make sure you stay alive. Your body doesn't understand you're getting a tattoo. Your body thinks it's under attack. And so I think once you go into these anesthesia situations and get these large tattoos. And obviously, if his was successful, even with that, there would have still been complications because you're getting so much done to your body and you're not giving your body a chance to heal. Because also what I've noticed is when I get tattooed, my immune system takes like a hit, because it's trying to fight the tattoo.
There is such a thing. A lot of people don't know that you get sick after a tattoo. And again, tattooing is where it's just a large wound, open wound at the end of the day. It is a large open wound. It just lost a lot of blood. So yeah, we put like a Sanoderm or whatever we put to protect your tattoo. But God forbid, y'all do go home and take it right off sometimes.
Yeah.
But all the germs, stuff in the air, are getting into your open wound, and you can get sick. Like, not deathly sick. It can't get that bad, but like
it can actually.
Yeah,
but it's rare. But it's possible. I mean, I got a tattoo on my ankle one time, and I kid you not, baby, the foot up to the knee was swole like lymphedema, and I used numbing cream. I think that day is the day I found out I was wearing numbing cream. And it was like infected and pussy and like blistered, and it was nasty, dude. And I'm like, you just need to, and the tattoo was maybe palm size, like this big, and it tore my whole leg up. And so it's like, you just have to be mindful of like what you're doing to your body and like and I think also it blows me because like as tattoo artists, we have a responsibility, like she said, to make sure that your health is priority number one. I don't tattoo people if I feel like you're inebriated, if I feel like you haven't ate. If I feel like you haven't ate, I will sit here and order you food, and I will not tattoo you until you eat. Like, I'm that tattoo artist. Or if I feel like you're too tired, because being too tired also makes it very difficult for you to sit still and actually get the tattoo, because you're restless. If you're hungry, if you have to pee, anything. Like, I make sure that you're good before we go into the process of tattooing, because it's not easy to sit through, like, at all. Like, and people be like, oh, it doesn't hurt. It hurts. It hurts. It's okay. You don't have to be cool. Like, it hurts. Like I know. But also, and even if it doesn't hurt now, it will hurt later. Like, at no point are you escaping pain. It's just, when does the pain come for you? But like, I just feel like you have to be so mindful when you're getting these like big ass back pieces or leg pieces, and you're like, let's go do anesthesia. And I'm like, with this guy, I wonder, like she said, if there was any testing done. I feel like that has to be a prerequisite. I mean, I know if you're out of the country, depending on where you are, they're a little bit more lenient about just giving you anesthesia, and really anybody can administer it. And I mean anybody as in, like, you don't need a whole bunch of doctors, like American sign-offs and things. Like, you could just probably have one doctor who would administer it. But my issue with that is, once again, if you can't sit through it, like, I don't want to say alive, I think that's a poor choice of words. But if you can't sit through it awake, then like, maybe you should not be getting it. And like, I think what you said too, these are years of work that you're trying to get done in a day.
One day. I can't even fucking imagine or fathom.
I get one little itty bitty tattoo and I'm good. I'm fine. And like, even as a tattoo artist, like, I just don't think I would feel morally right. I don't care how much you're paying me. Like, I don't think I would feel morally right putting you under that much, like, trauma and stress. Like, your body. And, like, it's not like... And I feel like, I guess, there's a level of ignorance with clients, because it's not like they're the tattoo artists. So they're just thinking, I'm just going to get this tattoo and be fine. And, like, if you...
Yeah, really, I learned in the past year or two, y'all really do. I don't know, it's a dumb moment. Y'all really do care about what I say, or y'all look at me and it's like, whatever I say to you is set in stone. So I make sure what I'm telling you is accurate, set in stone. You know, if I just can't. So if you feel like, you come to me and you ask me a question, you're going to leave. I tell you something, you're going to leave, and you're going to stick by my words and cling to them to the life of you till the very day you die. You might even challenge what someone else is saying who might be right, you know. So I just can't, again, I can't fathom that a tattoo artist would want to do anesthesia for the money like that. That's, again, you're no longer like the artist in it, it's gone, you're just tattooist. And that's what I was going to say with the anesthesia. They were in the hospital. Apparently it was a hospital setting or something that they did it in. But knowing America, how, again, we're instant gratification, we do a lot of shortcuts. all these damn veneer techs. And people that are even in the dentist industry, but they're doing dental work. So I would not even be surprised if some of these procedures are done by people who are anesthesiologists that aren't really certified at this point.
And I feel like anesthesiologists, I believe, are doctors, but you do have nurse anesthesiologists too.
Yeah, so you don't even know if the person that's the anesthesiologist is
A nurse
certified, or a person who just knows how to do it.
Or knows, I've seen this a couple times. Let's run it. You know what I'm saying? And I think also when you have so much money on the line, people's morals start to get skewed. Not all, most. Because if he's like, oh, I'm offering every tattoo artist $20,000 for like one little solid piece, and y'all just do it, like, shit. You know what I'm saying? People like, well, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's went wrong before. But then I would hate to be in a position as a tattoo artist, and now I have like a death on my hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously I didn't start tattooing you yet, but you only went under anesthesia on the premise of me tattooing.
Like I said, I'm big on conspiracy theories, so I want to bet how much money the man. The only thing the tattoo artist has said about this whole situation is he went in a cardiac arrest before he even got tattooed.
I wonder how much money he got. I wonder if he got paid before he died.
I don't know, bro. I just think that's messed up, and no one hasn't said anything about it. The family, I
You don't see it. Ain't no
epiceria thing, family, tattoo artist, nothing. It's just hush hush. This happened. The end of story.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right. It's not sitting right in my soul, in my spirit. But I think it's also such a trend that it doesn't even matter how many people are like, oh, don't do that. People are still going to go do it. And like, even the numbing cream, like I was telling so many clients, like I think last year, because I think I have canceled numbing cream out of my like aura at this point. And I used to be so for it, but like the FDA recalled all of it. And they were like,
clients, like not just for you
for everybody. No, I mean, like if you, at your own risk, right? At your own discretion. If my client is like, hey, I'm coming in here with numbing cream, God bless you. But I do let them know, like the FDA recalled majority of the numbing creams because they were causing like seizures, heart issues, like all types of serious health issues. And so like, I would not suggest it. But if you, knowing that information, decide to use it, that's your business.
I'll reiterate again, numbing cream is like not the solution. If you want no complete pain at all, it's still not a solution. I always tell people you're gonna feel the effects still afterwards. You might not feel it now, but you're gonna feel it the next day. I've had clients text me, they're like, yeah, I'm feeling that tattoo today. I was like, yeah, I bet you are feeling that tattoo today. You know, so you can still wear it. I don't mind my clients wearing it. If that lets you sit and I can do my art and finish it, I guess.
Yeah.
But please best believe you're not going to skip it, the pain, you know.
It just comes all at once, and I think it sucks more. Like I did it one time for like a thigh tattoo. Baby, I went and everything was fine for the most part. Like it started kicking in like midway through the tattoo, but I was like, okay, I got this. And I got home, I wanted to cut my leg off. I said it was on fire. I said, oh my God, what's going on? Like, and it was that numbing cream wearing off, and you just get all that pain at once, and that is a nasty feeling. Like that, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And now I'm like, I just rather sit with the tattoo being painful than like go through numbing cream or anesthesia or any type of pain takeaway medicine ever.
I ain't trying to flex, but I ain't never used numbing cream.
Oh, okay. I can't tell y'all what it feel like. They're trying to flex. But, you know. Y'all, I used to be a numbing cream connoisseur. I used to be a numbing cream connoisseur. And then I got allergic, and I was like, okay, let me get back to virus.
Oh, tell them about, were you allergic from the beginning or like?
No.
It just happened.
Let's talk about that, yeah. So I think I gained an allergy from using it so much. Like, for every tattoo I would get, I'd be like, I'm ready. And I would let it sit, you know, for like maybe 2 hours, way longer than I should have. I don't give a fuck. And then I think, and I used it like maybe 15 times. I can't tell you where and on what. I don't know. But I've used it significantly. And the more and more I used it, the more and more I realized like, oh, it's not that fun after it wears off. And then that last time I used it, I was like, oh, never again. And it was a new numbing cream that I used. It was Recovery's numbing cream. And I thought they would be fine. I was ordering the one from overseas. So I was like, this is not even regulated. That should give me a problem. But Recovery's numbing cream is what kind of made me blow up and like have that like swelling and like fluid issue. And it was like dramatic as hell. Like I had to keep my leg elevated. I went to the ER. It was a mess. It was so painful, and there was really nothing I could do other than just wait for it to heal. And like, I think just increased exposure to it just caused an allergy. It's like when you eat too much shellfish or like fish, and then you get like a mercury reaction or whatever. Like you just had too much.
No fair.
But I think
wasn't the brand just too much.
I think so. Maybe over time. It was a while since I had used it. I think also it might have been the brand.
Let me know, because I think I just had a client send me Recovery like, oh, I'm gonna buy this, and I'm like, yeah,
I don't know. Everybody's different though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because even with Second Skin, like I react to Second Skin. So
oh, you
I
do
still use it. Yeah.
Damn, your life sucks.
Oh my god!
Cause damn,
Y'all, the Second Skin that we put on your tattoos when we're done tattooing you, yeah, I'm allergic, but I still use it often. I don't care. I just don't use it as long. So like I'll use it for like the first day, and then I'll like leave it alone.
Okay.
And I dry heal. Like I'm so sensitive. I just dry heal now. Like when I get tattooed. But like also, yeah, we'll get into that later. Yeah, right. I think we're done.
Fuck that. Damn.
Don't get anesthesia for your tattoos, guys. And with numbing cream, just be cautious. Understand the risk with that. I don't believe the FDA ever recalled their recalls, so just be mindful of like using pain relievers when you're tattooing. And I mean, people talk about Tylenol. I don't know if that actually does anything.
I don't know either. I've had people pop Tylenols.
And they be like, this is helping. I don't think that's how Tylenol works, but
I don't either, but I don't question it if it works for you. If it tricks you, like literally, it's a sitting still longer, then go ahead. And then just my last note, again, stop being instant gratification. Like we gotta stop doing that. That's the whole beauty of tattooing. You know, this is a relationship with your artist. Y'all get to see each other multiple times. On top of, you get to have a deeper meaning with your tattoo. If you were just able to get your tattoo that you want by tomorrow in just 5 minutes,
like Amazon it,
you're gonna be like, cool, I like it now. And then 4 weeks later, I'm not feeling it anymore.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have a deep relationship with that shit no more either. So stop, like, the instant gratification. Cut that shit out, bro. We do that with everything in life, but just stop that with tattoos, please.
That's real. Viewer question of the day. If I have a Pinterest tattoo, should I get it exactly how Pinterest is? Or should I let my artist take it and make it their own? My lady?
So I ask my clients a lot about a reference picture. And usually when I ask about a reference picture, that basically means just show me a couple of pictures. Whether you found on Pinterest, Google, wherever you found it, or an actual real life picture or something, whatever you got, like send it to me, and then we can, like, it gives me a better idea of what exactly you want. It like kind of lets me know what style of tattoo you want, whether you want a fine line, you want American traditional, and it also gives me an idea if you want a whimsical look, you're into scary stuff, you like what are you into? You like higher contrast things or things with lower contrast. So with that being said, there's nothing wrong with you getting pictures from Pinterest and showing them to me. And if for some reason you're like, I want exactly this, it's up to your artist to decide if they want to do exactly that or not. It's up to your artist to decide, okay? It's up to your artist to decide whether if they want to do that or not. If they don't want to do that, respect it. You know, go on to the next. If you really want that, go on to the next artist or ask the artist, hey, is there someone you would refer me to? Or, you know, just respect the artist. There's some artists, tattoo artists, that are in their point of their career where they will take certain projects and they want to make it their own and not copy someone else's stuff. And there's some tattoo artists that are like, fuck it, I'll do it. I don't care. It's money. It's whatever. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. There's nothing wrong. There's not a wrong answer in life and nothing. So I'm ready to hear what you feel.
Okay, guys, let's get into it. So I completely agree with everything that you said, right? I think you're totally right. But also, I think for me, I recently I'm mutuals with Omari. I don't know how to say his name correctly, but he's like based in like the East Coast. And he did this beautiful piece of someone's grandma, like a rendition of like their grandma. It was kind of illustrative in his style, very fun, funky, fresh. And this girl, not gonna name her, because but she redid the tattoo, and like he was pissed. He was like, "You just put somebody's fucking grandma on that person," and I'm like, and it's like that gave me a whole new perspective to like copying tattoos. Because, like, yeah, it's neo-trad, but also this is my auntie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just put my auntie on you. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, yeah, it's fun and pop of color, but it's also, like, this was somebody's memoriam tattoo or something really important to them or something specific to them. And I understand liking a tattoo, but I think, like, that's why you choose a good artist. Like, you choose an artist whose work you like, and you're like, make this your own. I think that's the whole point of it. I'm not saying. Let me say this. Let me go back. She's like, let me backtrack. We all start somewhere. I copied hella tattoos. Most tattoo artists are copying hella tattoos. But once you get to a point of getting an understanding of composition flow and you have experience tattooing, there is no reason that you should be directly copying a tattoo. Even when people bring me Pinterest tattoos now, I change it up still. Like, I'll make something different because, like, who wants the same tattoo? And it's like, you have the same thing as someone else on someone's body. It's different if, like, it's a specific artist and they have, like, flash and it's their unique flash and, like, different people can get that. I think that's niche. I think that's okay. I think when you're getting, like, an infinity symbol with, like, mom, you know what I'm saying? And 15,000 people have that.
A million, actually.
Yeah, like, oh my God. Like, girl, please. Like, I don't want to look at somebody and be like, oh, I've seen that picture on Pinterest before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to look at people like that.
I saw them picture other videos where, like, there's two random strangers and, like, they got the same tattoo. One quality sucks and then one is good.
Or that's, and it's like, even when it comes to stuff like that, because sometimes, and I've been guilty of this, you're doing styles that these people are, like, perfectionists in, and you're giving a replica, and it looks like trash. I mean, comparatively. Like, it looks, I mean, and it could be a good tattoo, but it still is not that, like, originator's quality because it's not authentic to you. And so, like, I think when it comes to Pinterest tattoos for me, like, a tip for y'all, let your artist take the wheel. Don't try and, like, get a direct copy. And if it's like a matching tattoo or something cute like that, still, like, talk to your artist. Like, see what they would think. Because, like, mind you guys, we look at tattoos all day. We know what a tattoo, like, if a tattoo's popular or if it's not. And we know how many people we've done this tattoo, like a butterfly. I'd be okay if I never saw a butterfly again. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know how many different people have this tattoo. Even when y'all show us the Instagram tattoos. Yeah, we know. We had 15 people asking about that tattoo, like, today. So, like, just be mindful of picking an artist whose work you really, like, resonate with and let them take the wheel. Because, like, I feel like you would get, I think now, too, like, being so far in my career, I love shit I've never seen. Like, weird. Like, the weirder the better. Because it's just like, nobody's ever going to have that. And if you try to remake that, you won't even be able to remake that. I think even the original creator can't even remake that piece.
That, or if, like, someone comes to me and they show me a reference picture and they're like, but I really do want your creative freedom. Yeah. I do like this, but I want you to do whatever you want with it. Or just them saying that in general. A client told me that a couple of weeks ago for this one half sleeve I'm not done with about African. Well, she just wanted a woman, some lightning, and maybe a flower somewhere. And I was like, let me cook.
Right,
I got you, baby.
Literally.
Like, I thought she was the most sexiest bitch I've ever seen in my life.
Period. So, I mean, y'all gotta, get a reference picture, but release the Pinterest. Release her from your shackles, because she can only do so much for you. You know? I really appreciate my clients who are like, all right, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have one client all the time. He's just like, I want a lion. I'm like, okay, come on. You know, I'll throw everything in there, throw it together. I've been really mindful about making things cohesive now, but I will say, like, just for everybody's knowledge, most high-end artists, they really don't work with like structured ideas. You kind of just have to tell them like, I want like a floral sleeve with this flower and this flower. Everything else is up to your discretion. Most high-end artists will actually decline tattoos if you're being way too structured about like what you want. Like, you know, like if you're like, I want a dog with the lightning bolts and 3 flowers. It has to be 3 flowers and a butterfly and this and that. They're not going to tattoo you because you're taking away their creativity and their vision. Because a lot of times people will tell me like, oh, I want a butterfly, and I'll turn it into like a whole like scene just because I mean, I'm tired. I don't want to see another plain butterfly in the world.
Say flowers.
Oh my God.
I like doing plants.
I be telling, I have to correct people. I'm like, I love botanical, I love plants, and they be like, oh, a rose, a daisy. I'll be like, no, I need a alocasia. I need to go to those. I need like a ZZ. You know, we not finna do that. Was fancy. So what's it called? I at this point, no one's unique in the world, and anything we do, nothing's unique anymore. Mm-hmm. But I make a joke all the time. From the last shop I was at, we did $20 tiny tattoos. It was always the same selection. I did so many people. I used to make 1,000 a week from that, and so many people came through. I make a joke that, bro, everybody in Dallas got the same tiny tattoos. Everybody, I promise you, everybody.
You are not special.
So,
and also stop trying to take people's tattoos, guys. People who actually spend time to originate their thoughts when it comes to the tattoos. Stop asking them. I have a homegirl. She like always takes her time to like think out her tattoos. Like she never gets anything that's just like standard, right? And people all the time are like, can you tell me can you take a picture of, show me that up close? And like she'll try and be nice and like show them, and then people will start getting her tattoos. And she's like, I'm never showing y'all a thing again. And like even with like this tattoo, my star tattoo, I had like a couple women be like, hey, can you take a closer picture? No, I cannot. It took me 2 weeks to draw this tattoo. No, I cannot. This is my tattoo. You want a tattoo? Go find somebody else to recreate it.
Because you can appreciate the artwork, and that's what y'all do. You like the work, and you're like, okay, I want that. And it's like, you won't tag the original creator at all. Y'all really, it's not, y'all just forget. I'm sorry. Y'all forget.
No, they don't. Y'all forget, because y'all had to go on my page about 15 times. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. And I think there's other thing too. Yes, this is a good point. Because
I'm trying to be nice.
I know, it's so sweet. I did not understand, like, I never understood why artists used to be so mad about people stealing their work until my work got stolen. And I was like, ooh, I get it. Because, like you said, I forgot to tag. You did not forget to tag me, ho. Because when you was copying my shit, you knew, oh, this is soft tone tattoo. Tag me. If you don't take it, at least tag me. I mean, give a nigga... I can't say nigga. Yes, I can. This is solid black. Give a damn some credits. Are you kidding? Oh my God, that is crazy. Yeah. No. Stop stealing, y'all, please. And then also what I do, I'll ask the artist. I'll be like, hey, can I? Well, like if something is even close to like someone's particular style, I'll be like, hey, I'm about to do this. Is this cool? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have somebody asking about this. Is this cool with you? Out of respect. Because these are your homies. I mean, to the artist. These are your homies. Like, don't just be taking shit. And I'm not going to get too much into that. But, yeah. That's messy.
Just moving forward, if the tattoo artist says they agrees to doing it, just try your best to tag the original creator, because we put so much work into it. It takes me hours. Y'all be wanting me, I can't do walk-ins because it takes me it takes me a day to think about what the fuck I'm gonna draw. Yeah, because I'm such a perfectionist.
No, I feel that. No, like if I know your appointment is like tomorrow, I'll be thinking about it for 2 weeks. Now I don't start drawing until like that day.
I'll drop
I'ma
it
laugh
before
for
because I want to see it. I want it to be so good. I want to put my coochie into the set too. It's not on it, but like but like I want to put my heart and soul into this. I want this to be amazing. I want this to be the next big thing for you and me. So I plan it ahead of time and I'll draw it out ahead of time. And there will be times if I get busy, I will draw the day of if it's not nothing serious, like if it's a heart and it's like okay, honestly, I'm do it the day of.
Most of my tattoos I draw the day of because I just got too much going on in my head to be like, let me draw this in advance.
And then I told you it's on top of like I'm already slow at tattooing as it already is. So I'm just like, when you get in here, there's no changes. Just do the stencil.
Yeah.
If it's really a change that you really need a voice, do it.
I'm gonna reschedule you. If it's a big tattoo and you change stuff, you can't be scheduled.
Yeah.
This is now a consultation, and I will see you another day. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm already exhausted.
Yeah.
I was just talking to you.
That part. So regardless, we put a lot of work into what the fuck we do. And it sucks to see someone take our stuff. And if you're gonna take it, like, damn, tag us. Because I only got like 1,600 followers. I'm barely like, I'm like over here, please follow. And y'all that
Me with the 80K though, I mean it's the same thing because it's like I don't really think it changed. I've noticed that like I mean it doesn't really change, and I feel like the effort, if anything, gets increased because you have more people expecting things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just tag me, bro, because I spend a lot of time on like my work and I put a lot of heart into it, and I think that's the difference because it's one thing to just create something, but it's one thing to create something like with meaning and purpose, and you really trying to like give the world something new and they just take it. Ooh, I hate when they be like, oh, I got your tattooed.
no one has ever done that to me. I would be hurt. I would be like, why? And if it's somebody I know, I have that where someone I know is like, so, who's a good tattoo artist I should go to? And I'm like, yeah. I just left it on red. Like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
For someone to do that and think, oh yeah, I got this tattooed. And
I'll give it to you.
Maybe clarify if it's somebody from out of state and they know.
I mean, yeah, but that's fine. But also, like, I had for a while like tattoo tickets, like where you like
what is
mission
that?
my heart.
Yeah.
It's like somebody want to use your flash, but they don't want to get tattooed by you. So out of respect for the art, they just pay for the flash use because it's your intellectual property. And obviously, they could take something off the internet, but my mama thought this was funny. But what I told like the people, at least if you read the captions, is if you steal my energetic pieces, it's like stealing a crystal from the spirit shop. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's reverse energy. So like, I just don't like that. And I know a lot of people don't understand all the way. So I just chop it up and I be nice and be like, okay, whatever they didn't understand, they didn't know. But also, don't send that to me. And it's crooked.
I ain't cap. I'm trying to be nice, but that is a duh moment. Like, why would you send that to?
It's crooked and it wasn't done well, and they didn't take their time. And that's the thing too. A lot of my work requires a lot of precision. You trying to pull it off with a 7-round liner? Put it down. Put it down. Sometimes a 3 is too big. Put it down.
We could tell.
Yeah.
Tattoo, we can tell.
Yeah. So I guess more the story. Pinterest, yay or nay? Pinterest tattoos, yay or nay?
For reference, yay.
Nay.
Nay.
I try. No, literally. LOL. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching Solid Black, the art that talks back. Happy Black History Month to you all.
Power to the people. Please comment, like, and subscribe.
And new episodes coming soon.